Welcome back, fellow hobby enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the world of DIY leatherworking as we embark on a fantastic project, creating your very own stitching pony. Whether you're a seasoned leatherworker or just starting out, having a stitching pony is a game changer for achieving clean and precise stitches on your leather projects. I'm Joe, and I'm thrilled to guide you through the process of making a sturdy and functional stitching pony that will become your trusted companion in the workshop. So don't worry if you're new to Leathercraft. I'll break down the steps in a way that's easy to follow so you can enjoy the satisfaction of crafting your own essential tool. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming tutorials and DIY projects. If you have any questions along the way, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I love hearing from you. Now let's roll up our sleeves, gather our materials, and get ready to create a stitching pony that will take your Leathercraft to the next level. Stay tuned and let the adventure begin. Okay, change my mind. I'm doing plywood. Oak, away you go. Away you go, oak. Right. I've got approximately 3.5. I think it's just under 3.5. Yeah, it's exactly 3.5. It's about 3.5. So here are the two. These will be 8. Right. So these are going 8 inches. Put this together to make them even. And now, these portions will not be that. What I'm going to do is cut an angle. It won't be 45, maybe less, maybe 30 degrees. 30 degrees, we'll go 3.5 inches. So that'll be that portion, right? We'll go 3.5 inches. So from this portion that's left over, I'm going to make these puppies. These puppies will be that from that portion left over. Right? What's that? Over here, we're going to make the first faceplate, first base plate. So this is the width. We'll have 4 millimeters. Four millimeters is going to count for the leather facing that I'm going to put on these puppies. The brackets that hold the stitching together, and then it'll count for a little bit of leather. I'm going to primarily use this for leather, of the thickness of the leather when you clamp it together, just have as flat as possible together. So that's that. So it'll be like this. Okay, we'll cut that. Be like this. It'll be like this. Right? Plus I'm going to have a hinge. Because they all have hinges. You know, that would be cool. Do I have any hinges? Let me see if I have any. So this portion is there, then it'll sit here with a hinge, which will open. So Here are my pieces. Here are my pieces. Right? Now I can angle that down and cut it, but no, I'm going to leave it like this. I have, this is the only hinge I have. It's got these little pointy things at the ends. So, anyways, that'll be, which one's longer? This one. That'll be there, and that'll be like that. Or it's going to be like this. That's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. There we go. That's how it's going to be. This is made out of plywood. You can make it out of maple. You can make it out of ebony. You can make it out of walnut. You can be very fancy schmancy. I'm making mine out of plywood. But you know what? Where'd the other piece of wood go? This is going to be coated in leather. We'll cover this in leather. Right? But let's be fancy schmancy ourselves. So let's stain these. Why don't we stain these? I've got 120, 220, 400, and 800, or 600, I believe. If I had a bigger workshop, I'd love to get a belt sander. Actually, use a paper towel. It doesn't have to be. So I can use a shop towel. But let's use a towel. We'll use the shop towel stain. I don't know, dark color. Varathane, gel stain, espresso. So now, this will be covered. This will be the back. Yeah, I've got a sign on like this, right? This is the back. What was this coming up? Oh, I'm trying to go with this. This is the back. This is. It's not the back. I have it backwards. This is backwards. This is the back. This is going to go like this. This one will go like this. So this is the back. You got it backwards. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And then bottom. You won't do that. Okay? Everything else will do. Where's my eraser? Let's get to it. on one side it's going to open up, so you one side will stay in. This side's going to be glued to the wood, so okay, so that's done. Let this dry. While we're at it, let's see what kind of steam we can put in these. On these ones, we're going to put Ipswich pine. Oh, this looks old. Okay. Oh. Done. Let's let this dry, and we will come back to assemble it. Got a box of knives here. Drilling. Sorry. It's just a remainder from drilling, boring a hole. My daughter, who was 4 at the time, or 3 years old at the time, painted these. So we have different colors here. My daughter's contribution, her art contribution to the workshop. So, I don't know, I like this one. It's a little bit short though, right? Oh, we need 4.5 plus this. So, we need something longer. And we want a 1/4 20. No, see? Unless I thread this. We're gonna have to add some threads to this. So why don't we do that? Right? Still not fully dry. Anyways, I'm going to take this apart. There's a thing. What's the thing? The thing is, is that it? for you, Chuck. All right. I did it upside down. Idiot. Anyways. Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't gonna be covered. But I gotta stain the top down. Really that. I gotta restain it. Why do I make these mistakes? Anyways. So, let's stain that again. Okay, where'd you go? You're going in here. Let's add some thin seal glue to it. Let me stain this. It's so annoying sometimes, you know. I need to stain this again. I need to stain this again. I have a hole here. I did it upside down. Yay! Yay! Dummy. Alright. We're just... We're going to use some low odor contact cements, water based. If I can get it open. I'm just going to cover it and then I'll cut it off with a sharp blade afterwards. That's probably the best way to go about it. All right, I stained it, and I glued the leather. I don't know if I taped this or not. I don't know if I recorded this part or not, but I used a low odor contact cement. I let it sit for 25-30 minutes, and then let me just cut off the edges here. I want this to dry, so let me just put this to the side. Where do we put this? Let's put this up here. We keep this up here overnight. I want this to dry properly. We're not going to do this anything overnight. Do you want to cut this? This will be the last thing we do tonight. And then we'll finish it off tomorrow. What do you say? That's that. That's that. I need a sharp knife. This isn't sharp enough. Oops. That's good. It's good. I like it. Put that to the side. And let's just finish this one off. Perfect cuts. Wish that was dry. I'd finish this off now. A couple pilot holes. Okay. Look at the swath of this. This is obviously too long, so look at the swath. Okay, looking good. Actually, what we'll do is we'll glue these up. Getting confused. Where's the other one? And then we'll tighten it. So. Like so, and let that dry overnight. That's what we'll do. So we'll glue both sides up, and then we'll come back in the morning, and it should be pretty, but we shall see. All right, it's looking good. What I would like, though, come to think of it, it'd be nice to put a spring in here to have the clamp open up as you loosen this. And I'll chop a little bit of this off. Let's see, hold on. I might have something here. Let me get 2 more of these washers. Like so. And let's see if I have a spring. That's good. Okay. I get most of these springs and components by taking apart things like printers and so on and so forth. When you see a spring, just keep it put it away. You never know when you need it. Okay. I did want to cut some off. Let's cut off this much. We'll sand it down a bit. We get this. We got the spring. This portion. Oops. There we go. Right? Sorry, I'm eating a Jolly Rancher. Maybe I can even, no, we want to keep it this long. What you can do, you see a lot of the stitching ponies, stitching clamps online where the base is this long. That's the reasoning for that is you can sit down, keep either end underneath your thighs, and sit down while you're doing the stitch. I won't be doing that. I'm going to be doing this in the workshop. I'll just clamp this in my bench vise for some sturdiness. You can always add a longer piece extension at the bottom. You can always adjust this as you want. You can use, as I said, mentioned earlier, you can use some hardwood, you can use maple, you can use oak, you can use ebony, you can use walnut, you can use 3 strips, glue 3 strips, a light maple, walnut, maple, have a nice little stripe. I mean, I've got plywood, which is stained. It looks pretty cool. Maybe I'll add some foam to the bottom. Actually, let's do that. Here's some, what is that, 2 mil EVA foam. There we go. Just let that sit for a bit. Here we go. I'll just let that sit. Nice little base. What I'll do is I'll just cover this with some painter's tape, and I'm going to apply a light coat of, I don't know, semi-gloss varnish. Maybe I'll add I'm going to add a coat of this, the Varathane, the clear gloss finish. Just as a protectant, really. And then we'll be back to wrap it up. We've got a couple of coats of finish on this. The best part is my daughter's art. So there you have it. If you want to stitch some leather together, which I'll be using in an upcoming video, that's the reason I've made this. That's the way it is, and you do the stitching. Now, I can either clamp this to a table, or I can put this in my vise, which I probably will, and work on it. This is my rendition. I really like it. I think it's really good. It's a little bit of a rustic feel to it. And again, all I used was 3/4 inch plywood. It's not even the Arctic birch. So there you have it. I'm liking it.
I was making a video recently on saddle stitching and wanted to have this stitching pony in the middle of the workbench for filming, which didn't work because you just can't get a clamp, or I don't have a clamp that fits all the way into the middle of the workbench to clamp this stitching pony down. So I decided to add this faceplate to it, or bottom plate, or board underneath. I mentioned earlier in the video that you can add this to the stitching pony. Well, here you go, I'm adding. So let me show you quickly how it works. There's this knob here in the middle. You loosen it, and you can turn the stitching pony in either direction, either lengthwise with this board or perpendicular. So I drilled a hole in the middle of the stitching pony. I couldn't get the drill into the middle just because of that claw that's sticking up. So I could have easily taken the measurements and drilled a hole from the bottom, but hey, why do things easy? Let's make it difficult. I recently purchased this drill corner attachment extension socket doodad thing recently, and I've never used it, so I thought, hey, let's attach a drill bit to it and let's see if it works. And I'll be honest, it worked pretty well. The plate here, well, I f***ed up, to tell you the truth. I drilled the wrong. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I had this old piece of wood. It's antique-y. I've had it for many years. It's just a beautiful piece of wood here. There were a bunch of holes in it. There were lots of scrapes. I filled out the holes, gave it a nice sanding, and gave it a fresh staining with some walnut stain, and made it look pretty. I'm using a 1/4 screw for this attachment here, which means it's a 1/4 inch in width and 20 threads per inch. I used a T-nut threaded insert. The way it works is you attach it from the underside. Attaching it from the top here will just pull it out when you're screwing into it. There are different variations of these T-nuts. I find this variation to work best. There's the kind that you screw in, there's the kind that you hammer in, but I like this variation the best. What I did was added some CA glue to the claws here, and when you hammer it in, it just sits there nice and secure. And to finish it off, I just added some EVA foam at the bottom just to make it look. So that's it. Tighten the knob in the direction you want and go to work. Sorry about the extension here. I just want to show you that I added this board to it. Thanks, guys. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.